I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm so nervous, especially about seeing my weight, but also about what Dr. Now's gonna say.
Just when you think you've seen it all on My 600-Pound Life, a moment comes along that completely blows your mind. From unbelievable weight gain stories to shocking setbacks and unexpected twists, these are the moments that left fans and even Dr. Now absolutely stunned. This story is about Delana. Delana is at a point in her life where she can't move enough to do anything anymore. The first thought that goes through her head every day when she wakes up is the fact that she made it to another day. Imagine that! Sometimes you just wonder how people allow themselves to get to this level. Is this going to be her wake-up call to get better? I guess we'll find out. This is how Delena's story begins.
It's so painful.
Hey, baby, gotta move.
And I know as soon as I sit up that the pain's gonna start, and it's just...
An office chair to move around in? Oh my goodness. That has to be the most painful and worst thing that can ever happen to anyone. Having to roll to the bathroom even sounds like a task that could take an entire day. Poor Delana. What I love about her relationship with her husband is the fact that he wants to always be there for her. Her husband says that he hates to see Delana in pain, and that's why he is always there to make sure that he can help her with anything and everything that she might need. What a sweet man he is.
in my legs. And sometimes the folds are so swollen together that you can't even get your hand in between them.
All that stress to have her bathe? Wow. If it was this painful, I'm pretty sure I won't even step out of bed. That just goes to show you that she's a strong woman. I just hope things don't get too bad before she decides to start making changes. Sadly, all she ever thinks about doing is eating. It's almost as if when she doesn't eat, her lifespan shortens by half. The only thing that brings her joy after having an excruciating morning from having her bath is eating so much food. She says that it makes her happy and brings back the feeling of euphoria. I wonder what happened that made her love food this much.
She just brought me back, and I didn't have any more contact with her until I was roughly 18. When my mom dropped me off, everybody was really excited and really happy, and I was overly excited to be home. My cousin's name is Marianne, although...
That explains why she loves food so much. That's honestly how it starts. Once there's no one to control the eating habit, things just take a side turn. And that's what happened to Delena. It's just sad that she didn't get to spend enough time with her mother. Sadly, the trauma does not end there. There's more. She had a boyfriend who was abusive and she got pregnant for him. The abusive behavior got so bad that she had to kick him out. But when she gave birth to the baby, it was stillborn, full term. That must have been hard.
Who didn't think that my weight was an issue, and I ended up getting pregnant with his child. We got married, and I had a perfectly healthy baby boy.
I'm really glad to hear that she started a weight loss class. It's not surprising that she turned to food as an escape, given all the things she has been through. Once again, we can see that Delena is an extraordinary woman. It's high time she paid the doc a visit. But we all know the doc hates one thing, and that is when someone who should help the patient get better becomes the patient's enabler. Oh, you can bet the doc is not going to be happy when he hears that. Regardless, it's good he is worried about his wife's health.
Hey, no, but I'm here.
What can I do to help you?
Call the fire department.
I mean, we've got to do what's best for you.
If that happened to me, I'd probably never step out of my house again. Delena was trying to go out with her husband and mother when she fell down the stairs. Now they have to get an ambulance to help pick her up from the house and get her back into the house. The good part is that they were able to get her back into the house without any serious injuries. At this point, Delena should really get things together and try to meet up with Dr. Now before she actually can't walk again.
You'll just leave that? We'll grab that in a second.
Okay.
As soon as I get set. I'm not looking forward to getting on a scale.
Okay, that's on the high side, and Delana is not happy about what she just saw. From the way she screamed after seeing the digits, you can tell she was shocked by what she saw. She made it to the hospital, and her weight reads a lot above 600 pounds. Can she really lose weight? Oh well. Dr. Now pretty much said everything I was thinking. Delena needs to show him that she is ready to lose weight before he approves her for weight loss surgery. wants her to lose 50 pounds within 2 months, and only then will she be approved for weight loss surgery. Missing the appointment is not a good sign, but then again, it's not like it's her fault. Their car is still at the shop getting fixed, and they have no means of getting down to Texas to continue with the weight loss journey. Now, she wants to speak to the doc to give him an update about how things have been going. You can see how nervous she is. I'm pretty sure that if she had her way, she would skip her hospital appointment today. Sadly, she has no choice. Let us see how her appointment goes with Dr. Now.
All right. So. Okay. I'm gonna go before it gets any worse.
This is so sad. Delana still hasn't gotten her truck fixed, and still doesn't have a way of getting to Texas. She asked her mother for help, and sadly her mother said that she couldn't move down to Texas with Delana. This has to be the worst thing ever. Almost feels like she has been abandoned by everyone except her husband. I'm just glad she has him by her side. He just might be all the support that she needs to reach her weight loss goal.
Do you know you are like literally the only person in the family that I've ever been able to depend on? Ever? Once my mom told me that she...
Phew, finally. For a second there, I honestly thought she was not going to find a way to make it to the hospital. Thank goodness she has such a sweet brother who is ready to do anything to make sure that Delana makes it through her weight loss journey. The fact that she finally made the mark makes me so happy. We all know she gave it all she had, and that was not an easy thing to do. It took her a long time, but she eventually did lose more than 50 pounds. Moving down to Texas was not an easy thing, but she pulled it off and she is the better for it. Let's see if Dr. Now is going to approve her surgery.
That you can turn around and make the changes, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, then stick with doing that, and if you do it that way, then we proceed with your weight loss surgery.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Any questions?
David's life is summed up by the fact that food is the only thing that gets him out of bed every day. He has gotten so fat that he gets stuck trying to get out of his vehicle, which is ridiculous. The worst part of his day is when he tries to take a shower. It feels like the weight of his world is on his body. At this point, the only person who can save him is Dr. Now. Does he still have a chance? Let's see. This is how his weight loss journey begins.
Started getting so bad. I'm in agonizing pain. That's when my weight really been taking its toll. I take muscle relaxers for my back.
Hell no. Did you guys see how hard and how long it took him to get up from the bed? At some point, I thought he was not going to be able to stand up. Jeez. David, what have you done to your body? Does he even get out of the house? At least he has someone in his life who helps him with almost everything. Imagine if he didn't have her. His life would undoubtedly be a wreck. He even admitted that he once fell down, but was able to get back up. Bro, I would not be able to lie with myself if that happened to me.
As much as I could when a meal was given to me. Because sometimes you wouldn't know you're gonna get fed again for days. Around the time I was 3.
This explains why he eats so much. David has always been in foster care. His foster parents would constantly beat him, and he despised his childhood. As a child, his primary source of happiness was food. He ate a lot since he didn't know when his next meal would be. That's just sad. His prior foster parents expelled him for this reason. Robin, his new foster mother, welcomed him and made him feel at home. She even helped him to lose a few pounds. However, once he enrolled in university, things took a bad turn. He started drinking, going out, and adding more weight. Phew, if only there was someone to help him through all this.
I wanted to see the United States. And I could afford to because when I was sleeping in my semi-truck, I didn't have to pay rent. So I got to see all the states.
That must honestly be very sad. David says that he got depressed, and there was a time in his life that all he could think about was taking his own life. He had gotten so fat that he couldn't even do anything with himself. All he wanted to do was die. That must really suck. If we're being honest, David makes a lot of bad food choices. All he wants to eat is junk food and things that have very high calories, which aren't good for his health. He can't even walk 5 steps without taking a break. If only his mom would help him do better with his eating habit.
At this weight, nothing's easy. Besides laying down. Even sitting sometimes gets painful.
I'm glad he knows this. He sleeps with oxygen because he has breathing problems, and he is scared that someday he might go to bed and not wake up the next morning. I think it's time for him to meet the doc. This has gone on for way too long. While trying to get things together and make the trip to Texas, something funny happens. He gets stuck in the car. Believe me when I tell you, it's hilarious and sad at the same time.
Try that. It's gotta help.
David?
It's been a little while since I weighed myself, and I know I've gotten worse since then.
He weighs 763 pounds? Damn, that is a lot. David was hoping that he wouldn't weigh more than 600 pounds, but sadly, his weight is way more than that. Slimming down from 763 pounds is not going to be easy. He has to convince himself and be ready to put in all the work. Well, I'm glad Dr. Now wants to help him. He tells David to lose 80 pounds in 2 months so he can meet the target weight for his weight loss surgery. Will he be able to make the cut? I guess we're going to see. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Glad you got to where you needed to be mentally to start making the changes you need. So that's good. And I'm glad you lost 67 pounds.
Good one, David. After working hard to meet his target weight, he falls short, but just by a few pounds. Dr. Now tells him to move down to Houston, and if he is able to lose 30 pounds in a month, he is going to get his surgery done. David is doing really well, and it's impressive to see him work towards being better.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. What if they postpone it?
And I guess I'll just have to get back on track and lose the weight.
Yeah?
Yep.
You feeling pretty good about it?
Oh, come on. David was doing so well, and now he goes on to add more weight, making Dr. Now cancel the weight loss surgery. Meh. That's really disappointing for real. Let's hope he can work hard once again to meet his target and have this surgery done once and for all.
How you doing? Have a seat right over there.
All right. Okay. Oh.
Seeing that David was still finding it difficult to meet his target, Dr. Now suggested that he go see a therapist, and maybe that would help with his ability to cut down his weight. So far, it seems like David has a lot bottled up in his heart. Would this be enough for him to get surgery?
An easy goal this time. This time I want you to lose 45 pounds in 2 months. And if you do that, I'm gonna approve you for weight loss surgery. You think you can do that?
Abby has been on his bed for more than 7 years. The only thing that motivates him to keep trying is his wife, Brenda. He is 37 years old and he has no idea what he weighs. Right now, he is scared that he might not wake up one day, and that just terrifies him. Can things really get better for him? Let's see. This is how his story begins.
My inspiration, my light at the end of this tunnel. When I wake up, the first thing I have to do is bathe. It's extremely painful. It's the worst.
Man, imagine having to go through all of this every morning. It's not surprising that his wife is the only motivation he has to even want to get up in the morning. It's lovely that his wife takes such good care of him even with his condition. The crazy thing is that when he was much younger, he did not eat as much as he does now. Imagine that? Wow. Now I'm curious. I wonder what made him love food from a very young age. My guess is that he went through something very traumatic.
Metabolism will kick in. No, it didn't. It just stopped and kept on gaining weight. When I graduated from high school, I went to school in Florida to become a sound engineer.
It never turns out that way, Abby. It never works out that way. His parents were never around to supervise his eating, so he always ate whenever and whatever he wanted. Funny thing is that because he was much younger, he thought he would lose weight over time. Sadly, that was not the case. The worst part is that right from the get-go, he has been traumatized. Imagine buying an engagement ring to propose to your girlfriend, and you get into an accident on your way to her house that almost takes your life. Meh. I'm sure his girlfriend would have broken down into a million pieces.
They took me to an MRI machine and got the X-ray imaging they needed to find out what was going on. I had a problem with 3 discs. They were damaging the spinal cord.
That's enough reason to actually fall into depression. That accident ruined a lot for Abby. His wife even said that the doctors that did his surgery told her that he might never walk again because of the damage that was done to his spinal cord. And let's be honest, it's impressive to see that nothing is holding Abby from doing what he wants. Abby doesn't let the fact that he is immobile stop him from working and making money for him and his wife. He has a remote job that allows him to work from the comfort of his bed. Now I wish I had a job like that.
The wall in front of me, the walls right beside me,
Salsa con queso.
and my wife that comes in and out. My only look for the outside world.
Seems like they work hand in hand to get things done. Since Abi can't stand up from the bed, his wife has to do all of the shopping, and she prepares their meals. What's amazing is that they get to spend quality time even after having a stressful day. That's lovely, but he really needs to start worrying about his weight.
And fix that, and it got fixed to a certain point, but since I've been in the bed so long, I've lost the strength in my legs.
That's not good. Abi finally reached out to Dr. Now, and it seems like he might have some serious problems. Apparently, Abi has been on the bed for so long that his feet can no longer be straight on the ground. He tells Dr. Now about his condition, and even the doc can't hide his worry. They devise a plan that makes a lot of sense. Since Abi can't walk on his feet, Dr. Now says he is going to send some physiotherapists to come help him and see if he can still use his legs to move around. Let's just hope the damage to his leg is not so severe.
You're doing it right. Good. Yeah. It means you're doing it right. Ready? Come on. Go. Strong. Come on, bud. Good. I know the doctor was concerned to be able to wave off the possibility of the...
Surprisingly, that went pretty well. The physiotherapist the doc asked to come check on Abi showed up, and they did some routine exercises. His leg isn't entirely bad, and he is still able to move around. The only thing now is that Abi needs to put in the work, so moving around would be possible and much easier. Dr. Now decides to pay Abi a visit, and for Dr. Now to come down to his house. You can tell he really cares about Abi and wants the best for him. But here's the thing. Due to the fact that Abi hasn't left his bed in 7 years, his sores are infected, and he needs to get the infection under control before it gets worse than it already is.
That you want to get to. But when it's just, yeah, we'll see how we do it for next time. That's not a goal. That's it's like nothing. So I feel like
Seems to me like Abi is at a crossroads with himself and his weight loss journey. He feels like the fact that he doesn't have a goal that relates to him losing weight is technically no goal. At this point, I think Abi might need therapy to stay on track with his weight loss journey. For a second there, I thought they were not going to be able to lift him out of the bed. More than 5 people trying to get him out of the bed is actually scary. Abi's condition is not getting better, and Dr. Now wants him to be close by so he can be properly monitored.
So at this point, I think we got to do something to improve your condition. We got to make some changes, okay?
no problem. Right now, we gotta get my...
I am just glad that Abi has made some progress. He has been checked into the hospital, and so far it does seem like things might work out for the best. He feels way better than he did when he was home, and I can't lie. That's a pretty good sign. I couldn't agree more with Dr. Now. Abi has been able to lose up to 200 pounds of weight. Usually, Dr. Now would send him home to lose some more before coming back, but with his current state, Dr. Now feels it's time for him to get his weight loss surgery. He couldn't wait to break the news to his wife. Dr. Now told him that he was approving him for weight loss surgery, and as you'd expect, the first person he called was his wife. He has come a long way. I'm pretty sure we are all proud of Abi.
Good. Abi's surgery went very well. That was probably one of the most challenging weight loss surgery that we have done for a while with this condition because